Hi guys. So today we're going to do one important topic in mental math which is called base multiplication. It is one of the most fun topic where you will see that you're saving so much time on your calculations and you can actually do large number of calculations even mentally. So this method is now going to change your perception of multiplying large numbers within no time. First of all, let us understand what is the meaning of base. Base is basically, let us divide this concept into base and sub base. So what do you mean by base and sub base? So basically, when I say that we're talking about the base, if you're talking about the base, base are numbers which are 10 and the power of 10. What do you mean by that? For example, it is 10 to the power 2, which is 100, then 10 to the power 3, which is 1000, and so on. We can continue, 10,000, and then you can have 100,000, and so on and so forth. Basically, how to multiply numbers and what. Another, after we learn base, we will learn concept between two bases. So let us call them as sub bases. What do you mean by sub bases? So when we say sub bases, we are talking about numbers which are in between. So this is called sub bases. What do you mean by sub base? Sub base are those numbers, for example, let us say we have 20, then 30, then 40, and 50, and so on. So anything between 20 to 90, that is sub base. Anything between 200 to 900, that is going to be a sub base. Anything between 2000 to 9000, that we will see sub base. But before going to the sub base, let us first understand what is base multiplication, because base multiplication will get your concepts clear, then gradually we will move to sub base multiplication. Let us see how that works. Now, when we talk about base multiplication, now we can do base multiplication even for 9, even for tables which are 9 and 8 and all that. Let us see how to go. First of all, there are two things. Okay, one thing is called above base. Above base. And then we have something which is called below base. Here it is the art of rounding off the numbers, how to round off the numbers. For example, let me take a number. Let us say 98. 98 can be rounded off to 100. Correct? 98 can be rounded off to 100. That means if you round it off to 100, how much is 98 less than 100? It is minus 2. So if you see 98 minus 100, that will give you a negative 0.2. Correct? So therefore, this number is less than 100. We call this number as below base. And whenever the number is above the base, like I have 104, 104 is also close to 100. You can round it off to 100, but to the closest highest value. But then here 104 minus 100, you will get this as a plus 0.4. So then, because it is a plus, we have this 104 as above the base number. Correct? So there are two type of numbers we are going to see. One is above the base and one is below the base. Now let us see how it goes. We are first going to deal with below the base numbers. Okay, I'm going to take one example here and then you'll understand through that example how things are going to be very easy for us. So let us say we have 98 multiplied by 97. We have to take the largest number amongst the two. 98 is the largest number and we have to round the largest number to the closest highest value. So 98 is rounded off to 100, and that is why in this question our base is 100. However, we are concerned about differences of both the numbers. So what are we going to do here? You're going to take 98 minus 100. This is equal to negative 0.2, and 97 minus 100. This is equal to negative 0.3. So respectively, we are going to write down this as a negative 0.2 difference, and this is going to be a negative 0.3 3 difference. So basically we write here the differences of the numbers, correct? Now understand one thing. What is the observation you need to look at here? Pay attention. 97 minus 2 cross, correct? It is 97 minus 2 and or 02 to be that, to be, to be precise. So let us take 97 minus 02. We follow this sign, 97 minus 02 and 98 minus 3. 98 minus 3. Can you see that you will get the same answer? Both these questions will give you 95. Correct? Cross 98 minus 3 and 97 minus 2. Anyone is okay. I'm trying to tell you, you can take anyone. That will give you 95. That 95 is your first digit. Also understand, we are multiplying two digits with each other. So our answer is going to be in two parts, correct? Okay. Now, what to do with this 2 and 3? Simply, we are going to multiply these two numbers. So we are going to say 2 times 3 or 02 times 03. What is 02 times 03? 02 times 03 will give you 06. Correct? So we had a 2 here and a 3 here. If you multiply them together, you will get 02 into 03. 02 multiplied by 03. Let us write that as 06. Both the numbers are negative and negative, negative, positive. So we can write this 06. There is your answer, 9506. That is how you do it. Now, the first question, every time I teach, I've been teaching this topic for so many children, and I see that in the first time when we explain the topic is understood about 2 to 3%, maximum 10%, if you know something about that this thing before. Let us take a few more examples for us to understand more, have more clarity on the topic. So let us take one more question. This time, let us take 96 multiplied by 98. I'm going to keep these numbers very, very similar so you can associate. A lot of things we can do in our mind. What is the base? The base is 100. Can we subtract in our mind? We can subtract in our mind, because this will give you a negative 04 and this will give you a negative 02. What is negative 2 and negative 4? They are the differences from the base, correct? Now, as I said, you can pick up any difference and you will get the first digit. But before that, we are multiplying two digits with each other. That means we are going to get the answer in two parts, correct? Now, basically 96 minus 2 will give you 94. Same you will get even 98 minus 4. You can take any one of them, correct? And then 4 times 2 is going to give you a 8, but you write a 08 and now you get your answer 9408. Now, why am I writing 08 here? Because my base, our base, the base, what is our base? Our base is 100. And 100 has two zeros. If 100 has two zeros, that means I can write two digits. Correct? If the base has three zeros, then we can write three digits. If the base has four zeros, then we can write four digits, so on and so forth. I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. Correct? This is how it would work. Let's see one more question. Let us take 89 multiplied by 98. The greater number is 98, so obviously our base is going to be 100. Otherwise, we could have taken 90 also as the base, but one number is below, one number is above. So what are we going to do? Our greater number is 98. Our base is going to be 100. If you see 100, that means this difference is going to be negative 02, and this difference is going to be 100 minus 89 will give you 11. So that is going to be negative 11. Now, what do you have? Pick up the easiest subtraction. Since both the cross subtractions are going to give you the same answer, pick up the most easiest subtraction that you have. 89 minus 2, you get 87, and 11 into 2, you get a 22. This is how it works. It is so easy. I'll also teach you how to do this mentally. See, from where have we come? We came from such explanation. Okay, we started the question from here. This was our first explanation. We reduced the size of the sum to this, and we have now reduced the size of sum to this, correct? And gradually, we are also going to reduce it more further. We will see how to do it. Let us take some more examples there. Let's take 88 multiplied by 98. Why I'm taking number 98? Because we are learning. It's easy. Correct? When you give these sums to do in the school method, we all will find these sums very difficult in the school method, because the school method needs you to know the table of 8 and 9. But here we are working with the difference. We are not working with the table of 8 and 9. We are working with the difference, and that makes it very easy and confident for us. Now, this is going to be your negative 12, and this is going to give you a negative 2. Correct? 8 minus 2, that will give you 88, minus 2 will give you 86, and 12 times 2 will give you 24. I'm going to do one more sum immediately, and I'm going to do it horizontally like this, so you know that these kind of sums also can be done horizontally effortlessly. Pay attention. Suppose you have a question. Let us say you have 87 multiplied by 97. Now, in your mind, can you imagine what is going to be the difference of 87? The difference of 87 is 13, and this difference is 3, which is negative. Correct? 87 minus 3, that will give you 84, and 13 into 3 will give you 39. Same thing. See, is it easy? So this is a very fun topic, and we are going to explore this topic for larger numbers also in the next lesson, and we will see how we can take this ahead and make our calculations extremely easy and simple. So I'm going to give you a couple of sums like that, and we will see continuously how we can do these questions faster. Okay, let me write a couple of questions for you. Let's say we have 94 times 94. So we have 94 times 94. Let's do it horizontal. Then we have 98 times 95. Then we can do 89 times 97. Let's take 56 times 98. And let us take 64 times 99. So let's see how this works, guys. So you know the difference here is a negative 6 and a negative 6. 94 minus 6 will give you 88, and 6 into 6 will give you 36. Here the difference is negative 5 and a negative 3. 98 minus 5, that will give you a negative, that will give you a 90. This is 2. So 98 minus 5 will give you 93, and 2 5s will give you 10. This is going to be negative 11 and a negative 3. 89 minus 3 gives you 86, and 11 into 3 will give you 33. This is going to give you 44 and a 2 negative, because we are taking the base 100 even if this is 56. Why? Because the greater number is 98. I hope you guys are getting that concept. Yeah. Now 56 minus 2, that gives you a 54, and 44 into 2, that gives you 88. 64. 64 is going to give you 36, and this is going to give you 1. 64 minus 1, that will give you 63, and 36 into 1 will give you 36. So easy and so very simple. I hope you guys understood this topic today. Follow us for more such videos, for more such tips and tricks. Please let us know if you need to know the entire course of mental math. We are now going to start our new batch for mental math. Join our batch, be a winner in math all the time. Thank you so much. Bye.